How you doing, guys? Welcome back to the first video on my channel for 2020. So first of all, Happy New Year. I hope you've all set yourself some new resolutions and goals and stuff that you're all going to be working towards. I certainly have done that for myself this year. Towards the back end of 2019, I kind of just went quiet. Like, I got so wrapped up in different projects. It was really difficult to produce content for my channel, and I feel like I let myself down. And now the fact that, have 1,600 sort of followers and stuff, like, I feel like I let you all down. So I apologize for that, and I've said to myself this year I'm going to make sure I produce more content. So yeah, thank you ever so much for coming back and staying tuned. So this video today, I'm going to be talking about So there are two variants to this. There is this guy here, which is the 15C, and that's the shorter version. And then there is also a longer version, which is this chap here, which is, you guessed it, the 30C. So if you have a little look at them both now, you can see that there's a slight difference in terms of the length of both of them. So depending on the production that you're going to be doing, you can decide which one is best. Now, the great thing with this is, the only real difference is the dimensions. All the other specifications is exactly the same, which is great. So you're not losing anything by getting the smaller version, or you're not gaining anything by getting the larger version. It's just a case of what tool is right for the project that you're doing. Now, in terms of the stats for this, so both of these will operate from 2,700 Kelvin all the way through to 6,500. Now, that gives you great versatility in terms of the color that you can put onto a subject. If you wanted to produce a cooler night scene, obviously you can sort of go to that scale within the Kelvin. If you wanted to produce sort of a warmer scene, you can do that also, which is great. But that isn't where it stops, because there's also the RGB function. So that's going to give you the ability to add a huge array of different colors to your production. And what tends to happen within that is 9 times out of 10, some LED manufacturers will just provide gels. So these are kind of the example. You'll get provided gels, so you'll have a bicolor LED panel and you'll be given gels to put over the top. Now, within that, you can't really change the saturation or the hue. All you can do is change the intensity, and that intensity will have a little bit of an impact on both of those things. But what we can do with both of these tubes is we can improve, or sort of we can take up or take down the saturation or the hue, because the color is built into it. We're not using the gel overlapping a existing bicolor panel. We are using colors that are available within the tube. So that means you're going to get more accuracy on it, which is great. Now, in terms of accuracy, the CRI for both of these is 98, which is extremely high and would be considered good enough for professional production. And the TLCI 95, and again, that basically is good enough for top-end professional video production. Some of the other functions within it as well is they both have rechargeable batteries. Now, there are some other LED panels out there that will take AA batteries or different types of batteries that you have to recharge separate from the unit. Now, the good thing with these guys is the batteries are inbuilt, which is amazing, and you can also recharge as it's being plugged into the mains. So say, for instance, you've been using it as a battery option and it starts to deplete, but you need to continue it. You don't have to plug it in to charge the battery. You can plug it in, use it, and recharge the battery at the same time, which is a great functionality. So both of these at full charge will give you 2.2 hours. So 2 hours, 20 minutes basically at full power. Now, depending on what you're doing production wise, obviously you don't have to run them at full power. That's going to give you sort of an extended lifetime out of them. But at full power, you can expect around 2 to 2.5 hours, which is amazing. The other great thing with these guys is the kit that they come with, So both of these come in a carry bag, which will allow you to add an additional tube. So say, for instance, you buy one tube to start off with, and then you think to yourself, actually, I really like it, I want to add another one to my kit. You can buy another tube and you can carry them in the same holder, which is great because you don't have to sort of like carry all these separate bags around. this day and age, you know, as an indie videographer or a photographer, you know, being as mobile as possible has so much value. So you don't want to be carrying around all these bags. So the idea of having kit that will facilitate you adding more equipment is great. You know, so they all come with a carry bag, which is amazing. And then some of the other bits that come with it are these guys here. So this basically is like a cable tie effectively, but it's a really secure version and it's very stable. By looping these, you can basically attach these tubes together. So for instance, as explained, if you were to get more of these lights, you can daisy chain them and you can come up with all different shapes and patterns, knowing that they're secure and not having to go out and buy additional sort of methods to secure them, because they all come with 2 of these. Then you also get this guy here. So this is a clip, and that basically just clips around the neck of the tube. So if you can see that there, that goes on like so, clips in, and then this will allow you to attach to pretty much any stand. So yeah, so the traditional sort of like 1/4 fixing, you can attach this. Now, my advice with this would be, yes, it comes with this and it's very useful, and it comes with 2, but if you get yourself a Boar Head, so a movable Boar Head that is fittable into this, what that will allow you to do is basically have it horizontal or vertical very easily. And you know, they're very cost effective to go and buy. So I think with all the kit you get with it, the only additional purchase that I would recommend would be to get this Boar Head, which would just allow you to be a bit more versatile in terms of how you use it. So that's kind of like the absolute sort of detail on all of these guys and the bits that come with it. One of the things that LED tends to get criticized of a little bit is you can't control the light to a certain degree. And as LED has developed and been improved massively, so have the light shaping accessories, which is amazing. Because if you have a little look at this guy here, say for instance I was going to use this as a kicker light, yes, it's got this strip at the back that blocks the light, but the output of this is quite wide. So that would mean I wouldn't, you know, I may not be able to get the right kick on my subject, and I'm going to get light spilling off in different directions. So by having these barn doors available for both sizes, that means you can really control the light. So when you start to look at, you know, multiple light setups and you're worried about spill, you can control all that light. And that's one of the great things with these guys. They've considered, okay, right, it needs to be accurate, it needs to be versatile, but also it needs to be manageable. And both of these have all of those functionalities. And I've just got hold of them. I'm going to start adding them to my production, but so far I cannot get enough of them. And before these guys came around, there were the Nangwang variant. Those guys are now sort of, they no longer produce those, and it's just the NANLITE version. And I think it's a really good decision, because you know, there were 3 versions previously and you're kind of working out what is the right one for me. There's 2 versions, they all do exactly the same. One is longer than the other. You just have to decide what one is right for your production. So yeah, hopefully you've enjoyed the video. If you've got any questions about these guys, please pop them in the comments down below. I'd be interested to see if you've already got a set and you love them, or you're considering a set and you need a few more questions answered. Pop it down below and I will be happy to answer it. And yeah, I will see you all again very, very, very soon. Take care. Bye. Whilst I've got your attention, guys, I just want to direct you to some of my other social media hangouts. So you can find me on Facebook at Luke Curtis Photography, and Instagram I'm lukecurtis.co.uk. Don't forget to subscribe, and I will see you all again soon.